Bitcoin hits 100,000. Brad Garlinghouse is super excited about the future. XRP Xlm price action at the end, along with Bitcoin strategic reserve news.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
What a day it's been with BTC hitting the 100,000 mark. Oh, you see it up on the top of the screen. But before we get into the crypto news, your comments come first. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it beginning in the next video. Damien starts us off and says, "Good day, sir. I have to say I love the impartialness and really appreciate the 4 to 5 videos daily. Choo choo bitches." Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, whether the news is good or bad, happy or sad, I bring it to you. Regilio OG watcher and a longtime commenter says, "Great expression when you talked about the banana up his bum 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 bum. I'm talking about Justin's son. And I'm Santa Claus, so I know a thing or two about holiday jingles." Narducilius, gosh, I hope I said that right, says, "Klaus, at one stage in time, I actually did not like your content about negative comments about XRP. Not that you were wrong, I just didn't want to listen. But these days, I love your comments and content about XRP. I do. I bring the news whether it's good or bad, happy or sad, and I don't ban you if you don't agree with me. Bitcoin's sitting at 99,195, while ETH is at what? Approaching 4,000, 38.57. XRP at 232 with XLM right now at 47.8. SWI is looking healthy right at 418, just under that 420 mark. Shout out to my peeps out there. We're going to talk XRP Xlm price action at the end, along with a little crypto roundup. Altcoins are still strong. Maybe some of our favorites aren't the ones that are pumping right now, but overall, altcoin season is very strong. Extreme Greed right now sitting at 82 with a market cap of $3.6 trillion. Volume is very healthy as well, up 23% to 350 billion for the entire crypto marketplace. Here's an interesting one. You want to watch me throw some salt, some sand in people's eyes? Watch. Larry Summers rips Bitcoin reserve idea as crazy. This was Summers said. Some of what is being said. This idea that we should have some kind of national Bitcoin reserve is crazy. There's no reason to do that other than to pander to generous special interest campaign contributors. Real quick here, Mr. Summers, Larry Summers. Did El Salvador go BTC as their legal tender and build a BTC reserve because of some political donations? No, they didn't. They didn't. What about that Polish guy with president? Did he do it for his political things? No. He did it because he wants Poland to start breaking free from all the financial issues that they've had. Okay. Mr. Summers, have you ever tried to move $10 million of gold? Oh, hold on, Mr. Summers. If you were a country and you wanted to pay for some debt and you wanted to pay for some debt with gold, have you ever tried to move 100 million in gold? Do you rent a U-Haul for that? What if you wanted to move 100 million in BTC? Yes. You don't need a damn truck, dude. This is the digital age. And don't get me wrong, I love gold. I love oil. I love silver. I love a lot of commodities. But for people out here to think that the only reason we would get into a BTC reserve is because of political stuff, how about as a store of value for the new age? Yeah, think about this. 50 years ago, you didn't have as many people into the stock market. People were still like, oh, this is kind of weird. Stock market, I don't know. 100 years ago, people were like, no, girlfriend, we're not getting into the stock market. So you see as things change. Remember the internet? They made fun of that idea. Now the internet's normal. So BTC reserve, well, guess what? Companies like MicroStrategy are doing it, and they made $17 billion in profit. So Larry Summers, go fuck yourself. I guess I just don't understand. We're not talking about putting all our money into a BTC reserve. We're talking about just slivers. Get some exposure. Show me this gem, please. Pennsylvania joining the United States in proposing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Oh, so states' rights are doing it. Is Pennsylvania doing it because of political reasons? No. They're doing it because they want to allocate up to 10% of its treasury into BTC so that they can beat inflation, so that they could start making some money on their cash reserve. See, what happens is, Mr. Larry Summers, and Larry Summers knows about this. I'm just ripping on him because he's a piece of shit. But what happens, Mr. Larry Summers, is companies, states, countries, and people that have a lot of cash, you need to park your cash somewhere. And you want to park your cash somewhere where you earn interest, where you earn something juicy and not have a lot of risk to it. Well, guess what, Mr. Summers? People are looking at BTC right now and saying, oh, this isn't too risky. As more and more people are getting into it, it's not as fringe anymore. It's becoming more mainstream. risk reward, summer's loser. What else you want to talk about? Market cap? No, not yet, not yet. What about this? Garlinghouse, outstanding choice. Who is he talking about? The new SEC chair. And let's actually go right to what Brad Garlinghouse said about Mr. Paul Atkins. And just got to be honest with you here. Brad seems happy about this choice. There's been a whole bunch of picks out there from the Trump administration, and he doesn't really comment on them. But on this one, he does. This is from Brad Garlinghouse, and this is all linked in the description down below. An outstanding choice. Paul Atkins at the helm of the SEC will bring common sense back to the agency. Along with Hester Pierce and Mark Rieta, it's time to swiftly and definitively end the prohibition era on crypto, restoring freedom of choice, economic growth, and innovation. Well said, sir, and you do have really nice suits. So, Paul Atkins at the helm of the SEC. Has this taken effect yet? No, it has not. You got to go through the confirmation process, and then what happens? Well, we got to wait for Gensler to resign on the 20th. We got to wait for the Trump appointment to take place, and then this guy takes office. And then do we move? No. Just because he takes office doesn't mean things get better. It just means that this is the start. It takes time to fix problems. Let's pretend that the regime we're in now really screwed up crypto. Let's just go way bonkers here, okay? The regime right now really screwed up crypto. I mean, they really screwed the pooch, right? Can you undo all the damage? If Gary Gensler did damage, remember, this is hypothetical, okay? Can you undo all the damage by Gary Gensler overnight? No, you can't. What about LBRY? This is all hypothetical. Remember, library got destroyed by the SEC. Hypothetically, okay, we're in a hypothetical world right now. Library got destroyed. Can you bring them back from the dead? You might be able to, but it ain't going to be the same. What about all the other economic damage? What about all the jobs that left the United States because it wasn't a crypto-friendly country? You think those jobs are just going to come back right away on day one? No, this stuff is going to take time. So yes, good news, but remember, some of this news, there's a bit of a lag effect for it to start hitting the markets. Now, let's talk about XLM. Volume down a little bit, but still healthy at 1.47 billion. Normal volume for XLM between 40 to 50 million. Yeah, you notice how I said 1.4 billion? Yeah, so normal volume in the 40 to 50 million. Right now, 1.47 billion. 7-day chart, hey, XLM is going sideways. 7-day chart for XRP looks way different. XLM's move happened a little bit earlier than XRP's, right? The initial move on XLM was earlier and was stronger. But now what you're seeing is XLM trying to figure out if 50 cent is its friend or not. And that's if it's north of 50 cent or south of 50 cent. Now, as long as we're near 50 cent, I'm happy. The thing, though, that gets me is this. Remember how last weekend we had big news? The weekend before that we had big news, and the weekend before that was still juicy news? Are you going to have juicy news this weekend to keep this going? And here's what I'm saying. Crypto is all about being hot, spicy, naughty, and relevant. That's why Justin Sun ate the $2 million banana. Seriously, because then people, when they hear about the whole thing, they're like, dude, how does this guy afford a $6.2 million banana? Why does he stick it up his bum? And then he doesn't stick it up his bum, okay. But why does he eat it? And where did he get the money to do it? And people are going to be like, oh, this is the Tron TRX guy. And they're going to be like, what the hell is that? Oh, well, let me tell you about Tron and TRX. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's not maybe the way a lot of us would do it with the banana up the bum. I mean, eating the banana. I'm screwing this story up. I don't know why. But it works. It makes him relevant. That hot tour girl, right? I mean, she hasn't really been that relevant, and then all of a sudden she rugs everyone, allegedly, and there you go, she's relevant again. Ripple, as much as it sucked to be kicked in the nuts by the SEC, it kept Ripple and XRP relevant. So stay relevant, and people are going to want to play in your backyard. For XLM, relevance is fighting around that 50 cent mark. Very, very healthy to see this. This is 7 days of a fight at this price range. And what I like about this is that the volume hasn't completely eroded to the pre-time. Yeah, seriously, to the pre-time. Because look, even a month ago when the move really just started happening, XLM was at 65 million for a 24-hour period. Pick a random spot over here, 1.8 billion, 1.57, 1.68, etc., etc. So XLM's still looking healthy in this move. 60 cents, the market tells us not now. Doesn't say not ever. It's just saying, no, we're not ready for this now. We need to get that support at 50 cents, and then we could talk about 60. 50 cent G unit, there is no 60 cent G unit, unless it's G unit plus a dime. Party friends out there? XRP talk. All right, XRP over the last 7 days up 57%. Volume down a little bit, but still insanely high. 21.1 billion in volume. Holy crap, XRP's normal volume 1 to 2 billion. Interesting about this move, okay, is that XRP now is like, yo, we've tested 225 a couple times. We're holding north of that. We've tested 250 for a good period of a couple days. We weren't too cool with that. That's okay. It's not always going to be an insane run. And like I told you earlier about the choices of like the SEC person, and like Brad said, it's an outstanding choice. Just because it's an outstanding choice right now on December, what, Garmin? 5th. Yeah, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and notification bell. Just because it's news now doesn't mean it's taking effect now. Trump, right? Think about that. When does Trump take office? January 20th. So he can't do anything right now. So everything that you're seeing on the market is future optimism being built in. What happens then once we start seeing some things change, some effects taking place? And I believe that's where we're at right now in the market. We're getting all this news. We're getting all these announcements of who's doing this, what's doing that. But the action hasn't happened yet. So all this optimism that you're seeing in here is a good thing. But it's also a good thing that this optimism is being reeled in because it's not reality yet. Gensler is still in charge of the SEC. The United States still doesn't have favorable laws regarding crypto. The tax rule is an absolute mess. No one knows what the hell it actually is. It's because no one knows what the hell's actually going on with crypto. So again, we have this huge mess. You've got people coming in, which haven't taken effect yet. You've got regs which need to be written, which takes some time. You got to get some things happening with the BTC Strategic Reserve. That's not going to be the easiest slam dunk in the world. There's going to have to be some schmoozing, some lining some pockets with Benjamins, right? They got to stack some Benjis in their pockets. So this all takes time. So when I look at this move right here and I see that we stalled 280 something for XRP, I'm okay with that. When I'm sitting here looking at XLM sitting, hey, we hit 60 cents, we couldn't hold it, now we're at 48, I'm okay with that. This is healthy. Because you have to ask yourself, what happens to our favorites out there when this news actually starts taking effect and things start changing? So the market priced in a whole bunch of optimism, and now it's reeling in that optimism. Totally cool with that. Just like Luke is totally cool with hanging out on my lap. And by the way, the doggy DNA test came in today, so I get to test you and your brother to see if you're actually Great Pyrenees. What, buddy? You think you're a Great Pyrenees? No way. Maybe Great Dane with a little bit of German Shepherd mix, huh? Yeah. It's the same thing. I got the DNA test for my dog. Just because I got it doesn't mean I know the results. No, it takes time. So just like we found out that Paul Atkins is going to be the SEC commissioner, just because we found out today doesn't mean the effect happens right away. It takes time. Speaking of time, apparently these dogs want to play. So I'm going to go play with my doggies. Choo-choo, bitches.